I'm Dr. Kristen R. Bromley. This video series, which is part of my online music academy, specifically accompanies the Tablature Book from my Method Book series. Like all my books, this selection is available to purchase through Amazon and Google Play. For help, see the links in the description below. In the videos which are part of this specific course, I progress through the lessons in the Tablature Book, explaining and demonstrating concepts and playing each of the songs and exercises contained therein, so you can hear how they sound and play them right along with me. You are of course welcome to view these videos with or without the book, but with the book you can work through all the songs and exercises, and in the process develop your melodic playing ability while also mastering the skill of reading music written in tablature. Alright, let's get to jamming in this lesson. Hi there, welcome back. So delighted that you are here joining me. In this lesson, we're going to be going over numbers 154 through 169 in the Tablature Book. We'll be on pages 112 through 122. In this one, we are continuing, sort of building on what we did in the last video, which is we're moving up the neck and working on different positions. So in the last video, we worked on second position, third, a little of fourth, fifth, and maybe even a little up to sixth. And so in this one, we're going to continue to start in this range and go higher. So we're going to cover some of those last positions, and then after this video, the videos that follow will just have some challenge pieces that may involve playing in the first position and higher on the neck, or just one or the other. So, but they're fun, and I think all of these are fun. Learning the guitar and playing the guitar is just great, so I love it. So we're just going to go ahead and get started with number 154, Shorten and Bread. Okay, so here we are with number 154, Shorten and Bread. We're on pages 112 and 113. So we have two lines there at the bottom of page 112, and then we have two more lines at the top of page 113. As we glance over the first few measures, we see that the lowest fret that's used is fret number 6. So we think 6th position, 6 is where our index finger will go, and then 7 for our middle, 8 for our ring, and 9 for our pinky. And over those first few measures, those are all the frets that are used is 6 through 9. So we don't have to shift, but in this song there's a few measures where we have to use fret number 5, so we have to shift down to 5th position. That tends to happen in most cases actually at the end of each line. That's really the spot where that happens. We can play the rest of the song in 6th position, and then we just need to slide down for this part that's 5, 8, 6. So you may find it nice to play the rest of it in 6th position, and then just slide down as needed. I just demonstrated two different ways that you might facilitate that as an example on that first line. So I played with the pinky. This is the last two measures. So I just played all that in 6th position, and then I slid down. I played on that with my index finger on that 2nd string at the 6th fret, and then I just slid down and grabbed the 5th fret with my index finger. So it's just that index finger move down by a fret. Another way is I could collapse and sort of anticipate the change. Put my pinky at the 8th fret, my middle at the 6th, and then I'm there. Either option works really well. I'll just demonstrate both here, just in the last two measures. So the last two measures of each line are all very similar. There's some rhythmic differences, but otherwise they're really similar the way we might switch from one position to the next. So in that first one where I don't switch until the new measure comes in and I have to, I just slide down with that index finger. Easy as that. Now that one might, at fast tempos, it might be a little cumbersome to try and get your index finger back and forth, but that is a way that works. The other way, where I grab with my pinky and shift, I'll shift halfway, sort of halfway into that second to last measure there on that first line, where I grab with my pinky. So I'm facilitating that change by pivoting while my index finger is down, bringing my pinky in, so I've tightened my space so that I can then grab middle. They all work. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Okay, I'll do it a little bit faster. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, now I think with this one, it's kind of fun to swing the rhythm, even though it doesn't indicate it. So bring those offbeat eighth notes back into the bar, sit them back in at least 2/3 of the way. So it'd be like 1, 2, ready, and... I think that pulls into that syncopation a little harder and kind of grooves nicely. I'll play it a little bit faster, and I'm going to swing the rhythm a little bit. So, 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, so number 155 on page 113, Shenandoah. With this one, as we glance over those first few measures, we see that the 7th fret is the lowest one that's used, so we go to 7th position. So our index fingers at the 7th fret, middle at the 8th, ring at the 9th, pinky at the 10th. Now, as we glance over the entire song, we'll see that there are a couple places where the 6th fret is used. So if we look down at the last line, it's used there in the first measure of the last line, for instance. What's nice is we get a rest right before it so we can shift down. What's a little bit tricky is that in the measure that follows, we're using fret 10, so we need to shift again. With this particular one, I think it's easiest just to pivot right on that index finger, play rest, 6th position, slide up to 7th, and then 7, 10 with the 7 with the index, and then 10 with the pinky. Otherwise, you can grab and then reach for the 10th with your pinky. That would be another way to do it. And a third option might be to go index, middle, and then grab the index on that 7th fret of the 2nd string. So all of those are viable options, and any which one works just fine. In the last two measures of the song, we're going to also see where we're coming off and needing that 7, 6, 7. So with that one, there's so much going on. 7, 7, 9. You could just go back to 6th position instead of 7th after you've played that second bar on the last line. My natural inclination probably wouldn't be to do that. It would be to stay high. And then you could grab with your pinky the 9, 7, 6, 7, or 9 and then slide down with your index, or any of those kinds of shifts work just fine. Same kind of tricks we've used on other songs. Okay, let's go ahead and play this one. We're in 4/4 time, comes in on beat 4 in the pickup measure, so I'll give us a 3-beat count in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 1, 2. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Rest. 3, 4, rest. 2, 3. 2, 3, rest. Okay, we'll take it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how about even a little bit more up tempo? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go on to the next page. Okay, so America the Beautiful, number 156 on page 114. Got that indicated there on the board. As we look over the first few measures in this one, we notice that the 6th fret is the lowest fret that's used. So we can stick our index finger at the 6th fret. Index at 6, middle at 7, ring at 8, pinky at 9. And as we look over the song, we'll notice that it doesn't go outside of that range, so we can play the entire thing in 6th position. We're in 4/4 time. In the pickup measure, we come in on beat 4, so I'll count us in with 3-beat count off, and then we'll grab beat 4 there. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Rest. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. next. Okay, and let's take it up tempo even a little bit more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so number 157 there on page 114. My Country 'Tis of Thee. This one, as we look over the first few measures, we see that the 7th fret is the lowest fret that's used, so we'll be in 7th position. Index at the 7th fret, middle at the 8th, ring at the 9th, pinky at the 10th. Also, as we glance over the entire song, we see that it stays in that range from frets 7 to 10. It never goes outside of that, so we can play the entire thing in 7th position. Let's go ahead and do it. We're in 3/4 time. I'll give us a 3-beat count in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's take it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 3 off. Okay, and how about even like as an up-tempo challenge? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, so 900 miles, number 158 there on page 115, which I've got indicated on the board. As we look over the first few measures, we'll notice that the 7th fret is the lowest fret that's used, so we're in 7th position. Index at the 7th, middle at the 8th, ring at the 9th, pinky at the 10th. We'll also notice as we glance through the entire song that it never goes outside of that range. It's always frets 7 to 10. So we don't have to worry about shifting. We can play the entire thing there. And then we're in 4/4 time. We come in on beat 3 in the pickup measure. So I'll give us 3, 4, 1, 2 as our count off, and we'll be in. Here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2. 2, off. Okay, let's take it faster. 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, let's go over to the next page. Okay, so Amazing Grace, number 159 there on page 116. Got that indicated there on the board. Now, as we glance over the first few bars, we're going to see that the 7th fret is the lowest one used, so we'll go to 7th position. And index at the 7th, middle at the 8th, ring at the 9th, pinky at the 10th. You're probably getting used to this sort of thing. The entire song doesn't go outside of that range, so we can stay in 7th position the whole time. We're in 3/4 time. We come in and beat 3 in the pickup measure, so I'll give us 3, 1, 2 as our count-in. Here we go. 3, 1, 2. Off. Okay, a little bit faster. 1, 3, 1, 2. So this one works really nice as a slow ballad, so we'll take it slow. 3, 1, 2. To rest. Okay, on to the next. Okay, so Old Joe Clark, number 160 on pages 116 and 117. So we have 2 lines there at the bottom of page 116, and then we'll have 1 line at the top of page 117. As we glance over the first few measures, we see that the 8th fret is the lowest one that's used. So we can go to 8th position. Index at fret 8, middle at the 9th, ring at the 10th, pinky at the 11th. We're going to see, though, as we progress through the song, that we're going to also have places that need the 7th fret. So we can actually shift down and just play those first few measures in 8th fret in 8th position, and then as we get towards that middle of that second line, or into that second and third measure of that second line, we could shift down and play in 7th position, and we can actually stay in 7th position the rest of the song if we want to. Or if you like the way it fingers better in 8th position, you could slide back up and then just come back down on the occasion that you'll need the 7th fret in the second to last measure of the song. Let's just go ahead and go for it. So we're in 2/4 time. I'll give us 1 and 2 and we'll be in. Here we go. 1 and 2 and. Okay, faster. 1 and 2 and. Okay, and up tempo. 1 and 2 and. Okay, on to the next. Okay, so Jamaica Farewell, number 161 there on page 117. Got that indicated on the board. So as we look over the first few measures, we'll notice that the 8th fret is the lowest fret that's used. So we're in 8th position, index at the 8th, middle at the 9th, ring at the 10th, pinky at the 11th. If we look over the entire song, we'll notice that it doesn't go outside of that range. So we get to stay in 8th position the whole time. We're in 4/4 time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go, and. Rest. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, and how about up tempo now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's flip the page. Okay, so Frere Jacques, number 162 there on page 118. Got that written on the board. As we look over the first couple of measures, we see that the 9th fret is the lowest fret that's used. So we're going to be in 9th position. Index finger at the 9th fret, middle finger at the 10th, ring at the 11th, and pinky at the 12th. That will work for the entire first line. But as we get into the second line, though, we need frets 14 and 15. So the 12th fret becomes the lowest one that's used, and we're going to need to be in 12th position. So index at the 12th fret, middle at the 13th, ring at the 14th, pinky at the 15th. So we just got to slide up, basically shifting off. Our pinky's going to hit that last note on the first line, and then we're going to start the first note on the second line with our index finger. So we just got to swap those fingers. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. Okay, let's play it faster. 1 and 2 and ready and go and... Okay, as I'm lifting up, some of those other pitches are kind of ringing out. Sometimes that happens with these electrics. Probably doesn't happen on your acoustics so noticeably. Here we go, let's go faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, and even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, on to the next. Okay, so number 163, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. We're still on page 118. Got that written there on the board. So as we look over the first few measures of this one, we'll see that the 9th fret is the lowest fret that is used. So we'll be in 9th position. Index finger at the 9th, middle at the 10th, ring at the 11th, pinky at the 12th. As we look over the entire song, we'll see that it never goes outside of that range. So no frets higher or lower, so we can play the entire thing in 9th position. We're in 3/4 time. We come in on 3 and in the pickup measure, so I'll give us 3, 1, 2 in our count off, and then we'll catch 3 and. Here we go. 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. 3, 1, 2. Okay, and how about an up-tempo one? Here we go. 3, 1, 2. Okay, on to the next. Okay, so Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen, number 164 there on page 119, as I've got indicated on the board. As we look over the first few measures, we see that the 9th fret is the lowest fret that's used, so if we stick our index at the 9th fret, we'll be in 9th position, middle at the 10th, ring at the 11th, pinky at the 12th. When we look over the entire song, we see that it never goes outside of that range, so we'll be in 9th position the whole time. We don't have to worry about shifting. Let's go ahead and do it. 1 and 2 and ready and go and... rest and 4 and.
Okay, a little bit faster. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. Rest and 4 and. Okay, let's go a little bit faster even. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, on to the next. Okay, so the water is wide, number 165 there on page 119. As we look over the first few measures, we see that the 10th fret is the lowest fret that's used, so we're going to be in 10th position. Index at the 10th, middle at the 11th, ring at the 12th, pinky at the 13th. As we look over the entire song, we can also see that we never move it outside of that range, so we're going to stay in 10th position the entire time. We're in 4/4 time. We come in on beat 2 in the pickup measure, so it'll give us 3, 4, 1 as the count off, and then we'll come in on beat 2. Here we go. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. Rest. Okay, a little bit faster. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. Okay, and even faster. 3, 4, 1. Okay, let's turn the page. Okay, so number 166, Battle Hymn of the Republic. We're on page 120. Got that written there on the board. As we look over the first few measures, we see that the 10th fret is the lowest fret that's used, so we're going to start out in 10th position. Index at the 10th, middle at the 11th, ring at the 12th, pinky at the 13th. Then when we look over the entire song, we see that we never move outside of that range, so we don't have to shift in this song. We can stay in 10th position the entire time. We're in 4/4 time. We come in on beat 4 in the pickup measure, so I'll give us a 3-beat count in and we'll be in. Note that there are a lot of places with that dotted 8th followed by the 16th, so we're kind of swinging the rhythm a little bit with this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. Rest. Off. Let's take it up tempo now. 1, 2, 3. Rest. Rest. Okay, I'll take it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. Okay, on to the next. Okay, so number 167, Deep River. We're on page 121. Got that indicated there on the board. Now, as we look over the first few frets, we can see that we're going to be in 12th position because the lowest fret that's used is number 12. So index at the 12th fret, middle at the 13th, ring at the 14th, pinky at the 15th. As we look at the entire song, we can also see that we're going to stay in 12th position the whole time. We never move out of that. No need to shift because it doesn't go outside of that range from 12 to 15. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. 1 and 2 and ready and go and... and okay, let's take it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do it once more, even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, on to the next. Number 168, Wildwood Flower. We're still on page 121. Got that written there on the board. So with this one, as we glance over the first few measures, we see that the 12th fret is the lowest fret used, so we're in 12th position. Index at the 12th, middle at the 13th, ring at the 14th, pinky at the 15th. As we look over the entire song, we can see that we never move outside of that range, so we'll stay in 12th position the whole time. We come in on beats 3 and 4 in the pickup measure. We're in 4/4 time, so I'll give us 3, 4, 1, 2, and then we'll catch that beat 3. Here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2. And 1 and 2 and rest. Okay, that's about as long as I can get that pitch to hold out for. Let's take it a little bit faster. 3, 4, 1, 2. Rest and okay, one more time, a little more up tempo. 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, let's flip the page. Okay, so number 169, Waltzing Matilda. We're on page 122. Got that written there on the board. As we look over the first few notes, we see that the lowest fret used is the 12th fret. So we're going to start out in 12th position. Index at the 12th fret, middle at the 13th, ring at the 14th, and pinky at the 15th. But we're going to do some shifting in this one because we don't stay inside that range. So as we get started, we have the whole. We get that far, so halfway through the second measure, and then we got to go down to fret 10. And so we just do that, we just go down. And then we got to shift down again to the 8th fret, so 8th position. We're going to hit 8, and then we got to shift up to 12. So those first 3 bars go like. Then down to the 10th, and then down to the 8th, up to the 12th. Every time that little movement happens throughout this melody where we have, every time that happens we have that same shifting going on. The rest of the time we'll be in 12th position. So let's go ahead and try it. Now before, you may want to pause and practice all of those spots before you play it through with me, and that's a-okay if you want to practice that shift a few times. But I'm going to go ahead here and play it all the way through. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. Okay, here's one that's faster. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. Okay, and we'll do an up-tempo one. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. Okay, so that wraps us up for this lesson. I hope you've been having a blast playing the guitar. I sure do love playing the guitar. It's such an accomplishment to have gotten this far, so congratulations. It's awesome to be playing all over the guitar neck, really. Now you could go higher, especially with an electric like this, but we don't read those high frets very often, and you know how to do it. So if you run across them, you'll know what to find. You just keep going higher past that 15th fret, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 on this guitar. Most guitars don't go that higher. We just don't reach up that high very often when we're reading music, but you may come across it occasionally. So congrats on having learned how to read in all these different positions with tablature. This is a huge accomplishment. As we continue in the next lesson, we're going to be doing numbers 170 through 181, and basically the last 31 songs in the book are just sort of fun challenge pieces. A lot of them will be just in first position. A lot of them will be in first position mostly, but have some other places that they play in, and some will just be around on different parts of the neck. But they're all kind of fun. They're just great pieces to learn, so we're going to have a blast as we finish out this book learning some great music. So I'll see you in that next lesson. Keep having fun. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For help with other guitar playing skills, check out more of my method books and the numerous lessons available as part of my online academy here on YouTube. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.